Hello and welcome to Note to File, a clinical research podcast.
A collection of interviews, candid commentary, and general nonsense for the clinical research community.
Check us out at notetofilepodcast.com.
And now, without further ado, on to the show.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to a special Live from Scope edition. Assuming you can hear us.
Oh, Orlando, Florida. Yeah, hit us up in the comments if you can't hear us. Or if you can. I don't know.
Just let us know.
Just let us know.
We're not sure. We're just going to blather. Either
Nothing
way.
new, really.
Yeah. How's it go? Good to see you, first
Yes.
of all. We don't get to see each
Yep.
other in person
This
very
is
often.
not common, so.
Note to file in the flesh.
I know. Wild. And in the beautiful, beautiful Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. Orlando's a great place.
Yeah.
It was cold.
So, which is disappointing. Like, you leave Wisconsin, you're like, great, I'm going to Florida. You tell your kids you're going to Florida. They're like, oh, you're going to go to the pool. This is absolutely great. And it was like 30 degrees last night, I think, when I was leaving an event. It was.
Shout out, Jonathan. Thank you. You can hear us
Heck
in
yeah.
Ireland. Cool.
Sweet. So, yeah, I mean, it's been good. I mean, I feel like Scope is one I've been to year after year. I don't know. Like, it's one of the common ones.
It's huge.
It's massive. I think they're saying that there's like 5,000 people here this year. Something
It's
like
too
that.
many people.
Well, like last year there was like 4,500.
Yeah.
So it just continues to get bigger. I don't know. It seems almost too big.
So there's like 200 vendors?
Dude, it's
200
probably
booths?
more. It's so like walking that exhibit hall is
It's overwhelming.
it's something.
It's
I don't know.
incredibly overwhelming. Was there anything? I will say, I think this is my third year at Scope.
Okay.
I feel like this year I see AI written on less things than I did last year. Last year, I feel like everything said AI on it, and I don't feel like that's the case this year.
That's actually fair. I think there's more sessions. I think like it's moved from like the marketing drivel to people are now actually doing something with it as opposed to just advertising it. So I think that's true. That's accurate. I think there's been some crazy booths. There's
been some fun bits, but there's a whole like AI track.
Well,
right? So to your point.
So this was killing me. I was trying to figure out like what sessions to go to, and
hey, Scope, like your calendar agenda, your agenda is not good. You didn't do a good job. I feel like nobody knows. I've had multiple people be like, I can't make heads or tails of what to go to. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I mean, there's like 15 tracks, which is great. There's 5,000 people, lots of content, lots of things people want to focus on. But it was just kind of a bit chaotic to figure it out where you would want to go when, because there is so much.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I feel like things that get to be this size start to suffer from that. Like I want to do 4 things at the same time, or nothing. Is there nothing going on that I want to see at this particular moment, or there's like 4 things and they're all happening right at the same time?
No, I would agree. Overall, I think I've heard generally positive things about the content folks have gone to. I think it falls prey to what we talk about in the conference space all the time, when it's like we heard the same challenges presented last year, the year before that, the year before that. So again, I think it's not unique to Scope, and it probably says something about our industry more than the conference itself. But it does get a little, I don't know, disheartening, tiring. I don't know the best way of putting it.
Tiring, for sure. I don't know. I mean, yes, it's disheartening, but also, I don't know. I know it is obnoxious, but maybe the more we keep talking about it, we'll keep getting closer.
Well, that's why
but it is. The problem, I guess, is that the target's not really moving, just the same.
Well, and that's why there's so many fucking vendors in the hall, because everyone's trying to solve the problem. And I think Dirk Arts had a post about it this morning about this concept where like there's so many vendors. Like you look at like the list of sponsors, the list of vendors, and it's like maybe if we worked together and spent less money on trying to like promote our individual selves, we could collectively solve this more effectively. I don't know. It was an interesting concept.
Well, you create this whole like weird economy of conferences, and I guess I'm guilty of it now.
I was going to say.
But, because I mean, these companies must be shelling out a lot of money multiple times a year to come to these shows, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I work at a site and I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money that we could do things with. But I guess that's what you got to do.
Right. Well, I mean, even like registering for these things gets quite expensive.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. But I think to be fair, like there are some. I mean, at least there's some people who are spending their money in really creative ways in the booths.
It's true.
I've
What's
seen.
your favorite booth?
Okay, so I think the buzz on this one is going to be pretty evident, just because I personally am really excited about it. But there's the one on health booth is giving tattoos, like real live ink to skin tattoos.
That's what a tattoo is.
Well, like not like henna or like a
Well, I
temporary
mean, at least
tattoo.
been there and I've seen people. Oh, is that real? Because you have a real tattoo artist there.
Yeah, I mean I've never seen that
Yeah.
before, and I know it was a rigmarole for them to like get it approved. Like Florida health authorities, they had inspectors, all types of things. So props to the one on health team. I mean, I think that's pretty badass.
Shout out Steve Limmer.
Yeah, so that's probably my favorite so far. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to beat. So, although somebody told me there was a booth with egg rolls, and I missed that. So
I want to know what booth that was and how egg rolls are related to
I
what
tried
they
to
do.
find them. Also, maybe someone was just lying to me, trying to get me to go to a booth. It's hard to tell.
That would be a great conferencing tactic. Just
Dude, I was
spreading
starving too, and
rumors.
someone's like, "There's egg rolls over at this booth," and I was like, "Holy shit!" Couldn't find the egg rolls. The egg rolls were a lie.
Interesting, I think. I don't know. The other thing I think I've noticed this year compared to other years, I don't know if you'd recognize this, but I think there's more sites this year than I have seen previously.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. It's hard to say if there are more or if I'm noticing it more. I guess does that make sense? There's still not a ton.
No, I mean, I think this is known for
Yeah.
ClinOps,
Yeah.
sponsors, and there's a small segment of sites, healthcare
There's
delivery, that are here.
A lot of big sites.
Well, so what I've noticed is everyone I've talked to, obviously I want to talk to lots of sites from up,
Sure.
put on my Viva hat, like want to talk to sites, talk about what we're doing in Viva. So I'm looking for sites. A lot of the folks I'm talking to are here doing BD for their sites. So they're here to connect with, not for like content necessarily,
Right.
but they're here to connect with sponsors, with CROs to build their BD pipeline.
Yeah. I mean, which is, I think, smart move. There's a lot of sponsors here, a lot of people who can help you get in front of more study opportunities. Scott Witt, I think, had asked why a site would come to scope, and I think it's a part of it, almost in a way, because there aren't too many sites doing it. Like there's a little bit of advantage there because you're not fighting with 25 other sites to get in front of a sponsor to say, please give me a study.
It's not like a site focused conference.
Yeah,
full of sites. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. But no, it's been good so far. It's been busy.
Yeah, I mean, probably more so for you. You have a real job that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
What's up, Daniel Perez? See you.
See, I have not been a booth bunny for a long time. This is one of my.
Don't call it that.
You've heard that before.
I have.
But it's been good. I've had a ton of really interesting meetings, which is good.
Okay.
Because I feel like these things are, I don't know, introvert at heart. These things are fucking exhausting. And so you go and you start in the morning and you go till way too late and you do it again the next day. And it sucks when you do that and they're not productive.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
If you're going to do it, might as well have it be like good.
Yeah.
And I feel like this has been, at least for me, good. It's been busy.
Yeah. No, I'd say same for me. And I've been a little more, tried to be more responsible and have some nice meetings. And but it's just tiring, dude. Walking all day, I feel like I'm old and out of shape. But also, I just recently lost a lot of weight, which apparently is a thing.
This is my favorite.
Everywhere I go, I'm not even exaggerating. At least half a dozen people have said to me, like, wow, you really lost a lot of weight. I'm like, no, I haven't.
I think that's insane. That's hilarious to me.
People are like, oh, you used to be a fatty. Now you're slightly less of a fatty, which I've never been a big guy. I've always been thin. So anyway, it's been very confusing. I don't know how to feel.
I, for one, find it hilarious.
I mean, of course you do, but what else? What else is exciting?
What else is exciting? I don't know. I mean, it's sort of like the kickoff of the conference season for
I guess that's true.
me, at least for the spring. I mean, we had our commercial kickoff where it was in Orlando a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Gonna live here, it seems like. But I think it kicks off like the spring conference season. So in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I go to Vive out in LA. And the week after that, I fly back to San Diego for SOS. And then there's a whole host of academic ones. I feel like I'm really gearing up into this conference mode. which is exciting, and I'm exhausted. I want it to be the end of May already.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it hard enough going just like the main ones. So yeah, they have to do all the
So
like,
how is
smaller
your
academic ones.
Yeah, and I mean it is like I have a team.
Yeah,
We try to divide and conquer as
Sure.
much as we can, but then there are ones that just doesn't make sense. How does for like you SOS is going on its third year?
Yep.
So how does like hosting a conference, going from that, moving to like your approach or your like assessment of conferences after you've gone through trying to own one?
I don't know. I think at this point, most conferences I go to, the content of the sessions is like almost like they just do it because they have to. If that makes sense. I don't mean that in like a rude way. If you put on a talk, you did great. But I'm saying like I feel like it's a little less like it's not that engaging, like. And it's mostly here to like for vendors to do vendor things and have meetings, and that's fine.
I mean, it's almost like more conferences are taking the JPM approach, where it's not actually about the conference.
Yeah, right,
it's
right.
about like, hey, everyone's going to come to this one city at this one time,
Yes.
and we're all going to agree that life sciences is going to be in Orlando this
That's
week.
where I feel like, as someone who's involved in putting a conference on, like almost try to be a little more the opposite, like for the star of the show to be the things, not unlike what ING does.
That's what I was just going to say.
They're really focused on it.
They don't even have vendors. They don't have hall.
Yeah. There's no exhibit hall. I mean, frankly, I'm not going to speak on behalf of the other folks at SOS, but like, that's what you got to do to get it all, to make it happen. I get it. You got to have some. There's obviously a financial component. We don't want to charge sites $4,000 or whatever the way that some places do. So, they make it happen.
Because they. Okay.
What up, Brian? Yes, you missed all the updates on AI.
Every single one.
They had told them to me, but they told me not to tell you unless you were here. But no, it seems like again I've heard less.
So what do you think?
A whole lot less.
What do you? Are there any like themes and messaging that you've heard?
No, it feels like it's still kind of all over the place. I still feel like most of what I see is like patient recruitment. I mean, that's still the biggest problem, I think, and what we do is getting patients to be in trials. So most things are still geared towards how do we get more patients into trials, which is perfectly reasonable.
So I was talking to someone yesterday about this, and I think I've talked to you about this. I think yes, patient, like the core problem, how do we get patients into trials? It's not finding the patients.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is designing less shitty protocols for actual people.
No, it's true.
So
well, I think for sites, look, at the end of the day, it's patient recruitment, I feel like, from a site is not unlike just sales in so much as it becomes a numbers game of like outreach versus conversion. And frankly, most sites aren't really, it's changing now, I'm guessing, especially with like site networks, but most sites aren't expert sales people, so to speak. And again, I mean that in a bad way, it's a different skill set, but like.
And you also have something decent to sell. And if you're having someone sell like placebo eye injections, that's a hard fucking sell to make.
Yes, I agree. But even then, I still think, I guess what I'm getting at is like tools to help sites do that better. You know what I mean? And that's where like
sales coaching.
AI, well, yeah, sales coaching. I heard brought up, which I think is brilliant. Even though, I mean, it's not, but it is at the same time. If that makes sense. It's like simple. You've got more voice bots type stuff going on. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I was thinking about like some of the themes that I've heard, and I don't know if this is just because of what I want to hear, so I'm projecting onto what it is. But I feel like I've heard a lot more conversation from some folks about like collaboration between sites and sponsors. I don't know if I'm just making it up because I want that to be true, but I feel like that's a theme I've sort of heard.
And I do think that's been. Like even before this conference, like we've seen ever since Summit, like I feel like I've really felt a more focus on that and seen it. I've been sat in on some sessions where that was the that was
wonder
the topic.
if we think about like the landscape of life science and the industry as a whole, like if it's no longer like, you know how like every friend group needs someone to like pick on, or there's always like some type of like tension. Well, it's like now there's like an outside threat, so everyone's banding together a little bit more. So it's like
I can see
we're
that.
experiencing funding and other, impacts on the industry from outside of the industry. So
Sure.
now as an industry, we're like, let's come together and collaborate. We have an outside enemy.
We just need a common enemy.
Wasn't that the concept of like war is the
Yeah.
greatest uniter of like countries?
I see what you're advocating for. So,
It's just
great job. Wow. Warmonger.
no, start
Right.
a industry war.
No, sure.
Good. At least it's not a civil war.
No, well,
See?
not yet.
Oh.
All right. Well, got anything else?
No, I mean, if anyone's at Scope, I don't know if they'll know where they are if they're watching this from Scope. They probably have better things to do than watch this.
If you're at Scope and you're watching this, then shout out. That's commitment to hearing things about Scope.
At Scope from us.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. If I have too much more, it's been a crazy busy week. I think we have some more long days. But it'll be, I don't know. I think it'll be good. Yeah, it'll be exhausting.
Oh yeah, plenty more steps to get in.
Feel like I'm gonna need like a nice long, just like quiet, like darkness retreat after this. Pull an Aaron Rodgers and just go in a dark box.
Well, yeah, okay. Concept is good. Bad analogy.
No, you didn't like that one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Cool. Then we'll be back next week. Yes, not until Thursday.
Yeah, we have a sticky notes on Thursday. Yep.
Okay. We're in the process of getting more guests booked out throughout the winter, spring. I don't know what you call this.
Yeah.
It's February. So,
it's pretty solidly winter. Pretty solidly winter.
Well,
It's Groundhog's Day on Monday. We have 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh, really?
He saw his shadow.
I didn't see that. Okay. Well.
So more guests through the winter. Because we clearly are that on
winter.
top of it.
Hold on, we got a question.
Ooh.
We'll at least hit up. What's up, Jonathan? Most unusual piece of merch?
So.
Not egg rolls.
Not
I
egg rolls.
wish it were.
I mean, tattoos. Like that's a permanent swag piece.
Why to pull, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna be really honest. When I was younger in my conference days, I would like go heavy on swag, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want this and I want that," and then I get it back to my hotel room, and I'm like, "I don't want any of this. I don't want any of it." Or then even if it does manage to come home, then it ultimately goes to Goodwill fairly quickly.
Right. That's
so like I've tried to be a lot more mindful about my swag, so I haven't really actually been looking at swag because I know I'm not really going to take it. But I don't know. That would be an interesting, like, maybe that's what I'll do this afternoon. Just walk around and look at it.
Yeah, there you go. Non-answer. It's a long question. Shout out, Ryan. You ask your team PI if they feel they can hit recruiting targets based on initial protocol. The real protocol comes in. You find out 2 months later it was a bad protocol. I mean, that's always what happens, though. That's why. But whose fault is it?
I mean, I was talking to.
Not me. Never my fault.
Not mine, clearly, ever. I was talking to a site about this last night, actually, about like how the whole feasibility site process is absolutely wild. Where it's like, hey, we need an SIV, and it's like you don't have a budget or a contract yet. Like, how bad? What do you think is happening? So it's like the concept of like, how many patients do you think it can recruit? But then you don't even know what the protocol is.
Are essentially like rushed through the whole study startup process, and I'm assuming I can only assume it's metrics from the CRO.
The CRO has a timeline where they need to have first site activation with a certain because they made a promise.
So it's an extremely confusing whirlwind, and like sites are just kind of left. But at least somebody got to check the box. Like, yep, there I got them activated in this time period. Well, yeah, but we don't know anything. The budget, this part's not done. Yeah, we did an SIV, but we can't start enrolling for a month.
So this was a big thing when I was at Haystack. We would have this constant problem because you would have recruitment and you would have someone who gets the site, and we have the first site activated, we need first patient in. But then it's like, well, you did all this work to pick these sites, but then that group is wholly separate from the group who's like doing recruitment. So they don't give a shit if they select the wrong sites as long as they met their metrics to get sites on board at a certain time, and then it flows over to the enrollment team and so it's just like they don't care.
It keeps coming back to, I think, all the silos. Like nobody seems to be like quarterbacking with like a full view of like how it all. I mean, surely that's job, but like I just feel like it's not. It's also feel like it's
a
not.
job, but there's no actual accountability for something that matters. You're accountable for
fair.
stupid metrics that don't actually impact if it's successful or not. We pick the wrong KPIs, basically.
There you have it. Final word.
There you go.
Solved it.
Done.
We need an AI solution to fix it.
We should have a session. Why did they not give us a session? We solved the problems.
There it is. You're welcome, industry. Okay, I'm tired.
I know. Same. I'm gonna get some caffeine. Is what I'm gonna do.
It's a good idea. All right, guys, we'll be back Thursday.
Yep.
Thanks for watching our impromptu session. Now I feel like sessions are letting out because it's getting really loud right now.
It's gonna start getting loud.
So, all right. Thanks for watching. Later, dudes.
Catch you later.
Thanks for listening to Note to File. We're committed to continuing to bring you independent and unfiltered coverage of the clinical trial industry.
We want to talk about what you want to hear. So if you have something on your mind, hit us up at notetofilepodcast.com.